Good day, everyone. Today we'll be discussing the lesson 8, the male and female reproductive systems. This topic focuses on how the human body carries out one of its important functions, the ability to reproduce and create new life. In this lesson, we will first understand the general functions of both the male and female reproductive systems. Then, we will explore the different parts and components of each system and learn how they work together. We will also look into the processes of spermatogenesis, which is the production of sperm cells in males, and oogenesis, which is the production of egg cells in females. In addition, we will discuss how semen is produced and how it exits the male body, as well as how the female system supports fertilization and development. General functions of the reproductive systems. Both male and female systems share the same overall purpose, to create life. They work together through several key functions. First is the production of gametes or sex cells. In males, the reproductive system produces sperm cells, while in females, it produces egg cells, also known as ova. Second is the secretion of sex hormones. Males produce testosterone, while females produce estrogen and progesterone. These hormones regulate growth, development during puberty, and the formation of gametes. Third is transport and maintenance. Each system has structures that helps nourish and move the gametes within the body. Finally, there is fertilization, the process where male and female gametes unite to form a zygote. Male reproductive system functions. The main function of the male reproductive system is to produce, maintain, and transport sperm and to deliver it into the female reproductive tract. First is sperm production, also known as spermatogenesis. This occurs in the testes, which are located in the scrotum. The scrotum helps regulate temperature, keeping it slightly cooler, which is necessary for healthy sperm production. Female reproductive system functions. The female reproductive system is responsible for producing eggs, supporting fertilization, and nurturing the development of a baby. First is egg production or oogenesis. The ovaries produce and store eggs and usually release one mature egg each month in a process called ovulation. Second is fertilization and implantation. Fertilization typically occurs in the fallopian tubes. After fertilization, the zygote travels to the uterus and implants in the uterine lining. Third is gestation or pregnancy. The uterus provides a safe environment for the fetus to grow and develop for about 40 weeks. Fourth is menstruation. If fertilization does not occur, the uterine lining is shed, resulting in the menstrual cycle. So finally, the ovaries produce estrogen and progesterone, hormones that regulate the menstrual cycle and help maintain pregnancy.
The male reproductive system is composed of specialized organs that work together to produce, nourish, and transport sperm cells. Each organ has a specific function that contributes to reproduction. First, we have the testes. The testes are responsible for producing sperm cells through a process called spermatogenesis. They also secrete testosterone, the primary male hormone that plays a key role in the development of male characteristics. Next is the epididymis. This is a coiled tube located at the back of each testis. It serves as the site where sperm mature and are temporarily stored until they are ready for transport. The vas deferens is the tube that carries mature sperm from the epididymis to the urethra. It acts as a passageway during ejaculation. The seminal vesicles produce a nutrient-rich fluid that supplies energy to the sperm. This fluid makes up a large portion of semen and helps support sperm survival. The prostate glands adds an alkaline fluid to the semen. This helps protect sperm from the acidic environment of the female reproductive tract and improves their movement. The bulbourethral glands, also known as Cowper's glands, release a lubricating fluid. This fluid helps neutralize any acidity in the urethra and prepares it for the passage of sperm. Finally, the penis serves as the organ that delivers sperm into the female reproductive system. It also functions as the passageway for urine. All these organs work together to ensure the proper production, maturation, and delivery of sperm cells.
Spermatogenesis is the continuous process of producing male gametes, or what we call spermatozoa, in the seminiferous tubules of the testes, beginning at the puberty and taking 65 to 75 days. So the process converts diploid spermatogonia into haploid spermatozoon through mitosis, meiosis, and remodeling supported by Sertoli cells. So we have five key stages of spermatogenesis. The first key stages of spermatogenesis is the spermatocytogenesis, or what we call mitosis. Diploid stem cells called spermatogonia divide mitotically to produce primary spermatocytes and maintain the stem cell pool. Second is the meiosis one. It is the primary spermatocytes undergo the first meiotic division to produce two haploid, or the secondary spermatocytes. Third is the meiosis two. It is the secondary spermatocytes quickly undergo the second meiotic division to produce four haploid spermatids. Next is the spermiogenesis, or the maturation. Round spermatids undergo a metamorphosis to become specialized spermatozoa or sperm, involving tail growth, nuclear condensation, and acrosome formation. And lastly, the release. Mature spermatozoa are released into the tubule lumen, moving to the epididymis for final maturation and gaining motility.
Thank you. And now I will discuss semen production and how it exits the male body. What is semen? Semen is a fluid released from the male reproductive system. It contains sperm cells, which are the male reproductive cells, along with fluids from different glands. These fluids help nourish and transport the sperm. Where is semen produced? Sperm cells are produced in the testes, specifically in tiny structures called seminiferous tubules. This process is known as spermatogenesis. Maturation of sperm. After being produced, the sperm cells move to the epididymis. They mature and gain ability to swim, which is important for fertilization. The epididymis also serves as a storage area for sperm. Formation of semen. Semen is formed when sperm mixes with fluids from different glands. The seminal vesicles provide energy in the form of fructose. The prostate gland adds protective fluid, and the bulboretal glands provide lubrication. Pathway of semen. The semen travels through the series of tubes. It moves from the epididymis to the vas deferens, then to the ejaculatory duct, and finally enters the urethra, which serves as the exit pathway to the penis. Ejaculation process. The release of semen is called ejaculation and is controlled by the nervous system. It happens in two phases. First is emission, where semen moves into the urethra. And second is ejaculation, where semen is expelled out of the body. That's all. Thank you.
Functions of female reproductive system components. The female reproductive system is a group of organs that work together to support reproduction, pregnancy, and hormone production. It is composed of the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, vagina, and external genital organs. Each part has a specific role that contributes to the reproductive process and the regulation of the menstrual cycle. Together, these organs ensure the production of egg cells, the possibility of fertilization, and the development of a baby during pregnancy. while also maintaining the body's hormonal balance. First, here is the ovaries. The ovaries are paired organs that serve two essential functions. They produce and release egg cells during ovulation, enabling reproduction. Additionally, they secrete the hormones estrogen and progesterone, which regulate the menstrual cycle and support pregnancy. Next is the fallopian tubes. The fallopian tubes are slender ducts connecting the ovaries to the uterus. They serve as the site of fertilization, where sperm meets the egg. Following fertilization, they transport the fertilized egg toward the uterus for implantation, using gentle muscular contractions and ciliated cells. The uterus or womb. The uterus is a hollow muscular organ where a fertilized egg implants and develops into a fetus during pregnancy. Its thick muscular walls expand to accommodate the growing baby and contract during labor to assist with childbirth. Each month, the uterine lining or endometrium thickens in preparation for potential pregnancy. If fertilization does not occur, this lining sheds during menstruation, beginning a new reproductive cycle. The cervix is the lower narrow portion of the uterus that connects to the vagina. It serves as a crucial passage for menstrual blood to exit the body and allow sperm to enter the uterus for fertilization. During childbirth, the cervix dilates significantly to allow the baby to pass through the birth canal. The vagina is a muscular canal that connects the cervix of the uterus to the outside of the body. It serves as the passageway for menstrual flow, sexual intercourse, and childbirth. It also helps protect internal reproductive organs by allowing fluids to exit the body and maintaining a healthy environment. The external genital organs are called the vulva. The vulva encompasses all external female genital organs, serving as the protective gateway to the internal reproductive system. These structures work together to shield the vaginal and urethral openings from infection and physical harm. The vulva includes the labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, vaginal opening, urethral opening, and hymen. Each component plays a vital role in protection, sensation, and facilitating reproductive functions while maintaining the health of internal organs. Lastly is the main parts of the vulva. First is the labia majora. It is the outer leaves to protect the other external organs. Next is the labia minora. It is the inner leaves that surround and protect the vaginal and urethral openings. Clitoris is a small sensitive organ responsible for sexual pleasure. And vaginal opening, it is the opening where menstrual flow exits and where intercourse and childbirth occur. Hymen, it is the thin tissue that particularly covers the vaginal opening. Lastly, the urethral opening, it is the opening where urine exits the body.
What is agenesis? Agenesis is the process of formation of female gametes. This process begins inside the fetus before birth. The steps in agenesis up to the production of primary oocytes occur before birth. Primary oocytes do not divide further. They either become secondary oocytes or degenerate. Agenesis occurs in the outermost layers of the ovaries. Agenesis starts with a germ cell called ogonium and undergoes mitosis to increase in number. The process of agenesis takes place in the following three stages. First is prenatal stage. The primary oocyte grows while being arrested in meiosis L. The follicular cells proliferate and form a stratified cuboidal epithelium. Such cells are known as granulosa cells. These cells secrete glycoproteins to form zona pellucida around the primary oocyte. Second is antral stage. The fluid-filled area present between granulosa cells combines to form a central fluid-filled space called the antrum. These are known as secondary follicles. In every month cycle, these secondary follicles develop under the influence of follicle stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone. Third is pre-ovulatory stage. This stage is induced by LH surge and meiosis L completes here. Two haploid cells of unequal sizes are formed within the follicle. One, one of the daughter cells that receive less cytoplasm forms a polar body. This cell does not participate in ovum formation. The other daughter cell is known as the secondary oocyte. The two daughter cells undergo meiosis II. The polar body replicates to form two polar bodies, while the secondary oocyte arrests in the metaphase stage of meiosis II. Ovulation. Development of oocyte takes place in ovaries. Every oocyte is neighbored by follicle cells to form follicle. As the menstrual cycle starts, primary oocytes initiate to grow bigger, and follicle cells rise in number, causing the follicle to grow larger too. Normally, some nurturing oocytes degenerate and leave just one follicle to mature. Here, fraternal twins may be born which are distinct genetically. When a follicle attains maturity, the primary oocyte finishes its primary meiotic division and becomes secondary oocyte. Soon after, the follicle breaks and secondary oocyte is liberated in the fallopian tube. Even when the second meiotic division has not happened, this release of a secondary oocyte from ovaries is known as ovulation. Fertilization. Meiosis II is completed on fertilization. This gives of this gives of a third polar body. If the fertilization does not occur, the oocyte degenerates 24 hours after ovulation while remaining arrested in meiosis II cell division. The major difference between oogenesis and spermatogenesis is that oogenesis begins in the fetus prior to birth.
To conclude, the male and female reproductive systems have unique but interconnected roles in human reproduction. The male reproductive system is mainly responsible for producing and delivering sperm, while the female reproductive system produces eggs and provides an environment for fertilization, pregnancy, and development of the fetus. We also learned about the important processes of spermatogenesis and oogenesis, which are essential in the formation of reproductive cells. Additionally, we explored how semen is produced and transported and how the structures of the female reproductive system support the growth of new life. Understanding these systems helps us appreciate how complex and well-coordinated the human body is. It also emphasizes the importance of maintaining reproductive health.